All right, then, to our last story for the day. You know, a very famous quotation is this one that says, "Those who live by violence will die by violence." Notorious bandit kingpin known as Sani Dangote, no relative of the famed businessman, had been killed in a gun duel with fellow bandit leader Kachala Dankarami, Dankarami group, okay, along the Dumbum. Oh, really? I'm having some lessons here. You know, Dumburan forest between Batseri and Jibia local government area of Katsina State. Now, the brute was eliminated along with his two siblings, known as Lema Nabalewa and Osman Yellow, during a fight that broke out between the two camps. Now, workers of iniquity will meet their Waterloo. But before we begin the discussion, let's share the moment Babajide went to Katsina State to find first-hand information about banditry. That's as far back as 2019. Let's go there.
I'm right now at the headquarters of Basari local government. Basari local government has come under constant attack, severe attacks from bandits. Communities like Yau Yau, Kwandaso, Wagine, Ruma have come under attack in recent times. But the people hope that the little peace they enjoy at this time will continue. This is another vehicle set ablaze by the bandits during the attack of August 27, 2019. As you can see, this vehicle was brought to this site by the civil defense. But in the course of the gunfire, exchange of gunfire, the armed forces withdrew, and this enabled the bandits to set ablaze the vehicle, and eventually they proceeded to the town where they abducted 29 persons. This is one of the multi-terrain vehicles of the Nigerian Army that was set ablaze by the bandits that attacked Shimfida village on August 27, 2019. Villagers told me that the exchange of gunfire between the armed forces and the bandits lasted up to 2.5 hours. Shimfida is the last village before one gets to the camp of bandits in the Jibia local government area of Katsina State. And the bandits are led by a young man called Dangote. This is the road that leads straight to the camp of Dangote. As we can see, the camp is still active, and these are his fighters going back after buying some stuff in the town. They are going back to the camp. To my front is the Rugu forest, the hilly part of Rugu forest. As you can see, this whole area is firmly under the control of Dangote, the young man who is the king of bandits in the Jibia area of Katsina State.
All right, 2019. Charles, you know that we cannot call the bluff of these bandits is not just depressing, but sends negative, news down the line.
I have a friend in Potinscombe who is actually, what do you call, not outside, the Borno people, what do you call that race? Kanuri, yes, a Kanuri. We interface, we interact every time. So he says, and I tend to believe him, that he believes that if the communities and leaders and all of them in Northwest are able to do what they did in the Northeast by, a holistic effort and approach. You have the villagers, you have the traditional rulers, you have all of them. They all came to say enough was enough. But it does appear to him that in the Northwest there are people who are feeding fat from the insurgency right now, the banditry over there. That's why it has refused to go, and I tend to believe him at all. Look at what's happened now. Okay, they say, okay, look at the massacre. Somebody rustled cattle of another group. Oh, why did you have to come over to my camp and then for 2 hours, for 2 hours, gone to work for 2 hours, and then nothing. They just did that for whole 2 hours until not only those 2 people were killed, not only the siblings. Reports say that other people also were killed and all that. For whole 2 hours, they were fighting, gunshot and everything, and then nobody could do anything about it. And then you also see right now, children to go to school, it's a whole lot of problem over there because the banditry and all this criminality have left the northeast where it started from. It now found ground, safe haven in the northwest. But I think as we speak, I think the leaders of thought, leaders, whatever nomenclature you may want to hang on their neck, they have a reason, they have a cause to all come together to say enough is enough so that we begin to see a semblance of peace over there so that people can begin to travel and then enjoy. I mean, North is a very beautiful place. It's a very beautiful place that you can even do business and become very comfortable. But nobody can move to the farm. The other time, I think it was also 2019, we discussed it right here, when people were harvesting potatoes and then bandits came there and all, before you knew it, dozens were hacked down for no cause of any. But I think if we ever want to get out of it, leaders in the Northwest, they have a lot to do so that they can work hand in hand with the security agency within Nigeria.
Provokes the question, Jide, of how did we get to this dangerous pass?
No, because we did not take sufficient action to put an end to this. In 2019, I went to Shimfida. Shimfida is a village in Jibia local government. And Shimfida was the base of this bandit leader, Sani Dangote. He's been resident there for long. He's been killing soldiers there.
People know him.
They know him.
Of course they know him. If you cannot, he kills people, even residents of the village, he kills soldiers. On July 2020, for example, he killed troops of the Special Army Super Camp, 16 of them, and 28 others were injured. This is Shimfida, as I visited it and I interviewed bandits in this city. You will see later on, you see me talking, I spoke with residents of the town, victims of banditry. I also spoke to bandits. That road, there is a road that leads all the way to Sani Dangote's camp. His camp was a school. He took over a government school, converted it to his own camp. I've talked about Sani Dangote here a number of times, that how can a bandit be this bold?
Powerful, and then
You killed 16 soldiers, injured 28. That was not enough. There were other times, even on the 16th of January, there was another attack, this one in Basari, where they showed me talking a while ago. So I was standing on that road, just about 400 meters to his camp, and I was pointing at his fighters as they were going. They came into town to buy. They came into town to buy things, and they were heading to the camp. And I said, "These are fighters of Sani Dangote, the bandit who rules this area. They've gone to buy things in the market and they are going back to their base. The base was a school. Now, a Nigerian school that he took over, converted to his own base. Everyone knows that. But for so long, this guy was just killing people. On the 31st of August, he also ambushed soldiers and killed 2 of them in 2022. Killed 2 soldiers and injured 4. You know? And then, the first attack was on July 2020, you know, after my visit to the area. On that day, he killed a major, a captain, and a lieutenant.
Just imagine that.
He got away with it. Now, the fate that has befallen him is similar to the fate that befell Buhari Ndaji. Buhari Ndaji was the bandit leader in Zamfara State. The government tried to get close to him, tried to use him so that they can have relative peace. Buhari Daji overreached himself by robbing Dogo Gide's in-laws.
Imagine that.
After he robbed Dogo Gide's in-laws, Dogo Gide went to him and said,
Oh, boy, now you
Why are you doing this?
Why you go steal my people's cattle? He said, well, he has sold it and there's nothing they can do. Dogo Gide came back, killed him, left his corpse in the forest, Dansadao forest, one of the most dangerous forests in Nigeria, in Maru local government of Zamfara. He left his corpse there to rot. It was the military that came to take Buhari Daji's corpse away. This person too, this was what happened. He felt that Kachala Dankremi had overstepped his bound. This is a bandit. I interviewed this bandit. This is a bandit that I interviewed in 2019.
Another one?
This one, yes, that's another one. They're all bandits. I interviewed them. Because there was an attack on that community.
For them, it's a full-time business.
But
they don't care.
But if you look at them,
they don't care.
They don't look well fed. It seems as if they're just food soldiers that
Are they Nigerians?
Well, no, that's not. That's the best. They don't look well fed.
Look, the bandit leaders, these are food soldiers.
That's what I'm saying.
They
Yeah.
are leaders. The kind of business that they do, you ask yourself, when you see Dogo Gide, for example, you see Dogo Gide speak, he doesn't look like a rich man. But Dogo Gide carries out kidnapping projects that run into billions of naira. Dogo Gide was the one who kidnapped those students of federal government college, Sabon Yauri.
In Sokoto?
In Kebbi State.
Kebbi State, sorry, yeah.
That time. So the point that I'm making is he confronted this guy. Why would you steal a livestock
You will also my cat.
from my brother? Unfortunately for him, he went to the camp of Kachala Dankremi. And Kachala Dankremi is one of the best armed bandits in the whole of the area. He has weapons that his mates can only dream of. So he didn't know that they had prepared for him. As he was getting to the camp, they came out and attacked him. The report that I got was that he was actually slaughtered like a ram.
Okay.
Some reports say he was shot. But my source in the area said they got hold of him and then slaughtered him like a ram, so that others will learn. So this fight now, because he is from Katsina, whereas Dankremi is from Zamfara.
Sani Dangote.
Sani Dangote is from Katsina.
And Dankremi is from
Zamfara. So it's even now becoming
interstate.
Yes, a fight between bandits from Zamfara and the ones from Katsina. And you know, the two states are very close. So there's a lot of intermarriage between people of Zamfara and Katsina. When I went to Dansabao in 2018, it's just a stream that separates two communities. You have Dansabao very close to Kankara in Katsina. And a stream actually separates Kankara, separates Dansabao and Zamfara State. Just a stream. They are very close. So the bandits also, the forest linking those two states, the bandits are constantly. So what I think the military can exploit the crisis between them.
I think I even heard people were happy that they should even fight them more.
You know, it happened even in Borno State too.
They were happy they should fight them more.
Remnants of Shekau's faction began to fight the Banawi faction because they felt that it was that faction that came to kill, to attack Shekau, and Shekau, seeing that he had been cornered, he used the suicide vest. That was also
nice.
So they've not forgiven them. They've been killing each other. This Abanawi faction and then Shekau's faction, they've been killing each other now for
at least 2 years. Now, given what we are hearing, given what is going on, the military should be able to exploit this, and deal decisively with these guys once and for all.
Because we can call the bluff. We can
yes,
call
we
the
know their camps. If I told you where Dangote had his camp, I knew his camp.
That's Sani Dangote.
Sani Dangote.
Let's say,
you know, I knew where his camp was. So if I knew as a civilian, somebody would tell me that there's a video that I'll probably most likely play on Sunday. You see where the secretary to the government of Zamfara, Katsina, was going into that camp to plead with him to let the people be. He was on a bike, Dr. Mustafa. So it's not, everybody knows where his camp is. Why have we not leveled the camp until one of them killed him? So these things happen, they kill one another. Daudawa, after the kidnap of the GSS Kankara students, Daudawa, who said that he had given up banditry and swore with the Holy Quran, when he became hungry, he came out of hiding and came into the forest. He wanted to continue kidnapping. It was his rival. It was his rival that killed him. So, amongst themselves, these rivalries happen. They kill one another.
It is bound to.
But that's because they say, even though, I'm sure we are aware that, even because I learned that in Niger State, where they have demarcated the region. You don't step beyond this point. This is yours. They'll carve the whole thing.
You know your boundary.
You know your boundary, so don't get in there. So that's exactly what happened now. You left your boundary to come Arozo cattle from another camp. So for them, it was ahead of you. Stay within your boundary, and whatever you gain there, you gain. Leave us alone. As you said, with all these things that are happening, this is just the time for infiltration. This is not the time right now, because they are not settled. Because if the enemy is not settled, you can move in and then do the damage. As I said earlier, I'm also going to reiterate that Judge Didi said that somebody had to go to plead. A government official going to plead. So the plead, what does it mean?
There was a time he killed 8 children. That this Sani Dangote, and set ablaze their buildings. In that same Shimfida where his camp is just a stone throw away.
So when you plead, what does it presuppose? It presupposes that
I know a governor who used to call the bandits to beg him that please don't cross into my state before God and man. Because he called the bandit in my presence. There are some things we can't say on air. And he said, look, I had no choice. They begged these guys. They offered them amnesty. It didn't work. In Zamfara, they offered amnesty. It didn't work. After a while, they go back to kidnapping.
Yes.
Katsina State offered amnesty 2 times. 2 times. These boys still return to kidnapping people. So where you are confronted with that kind of situation, what do you do?
But again, we're supposed to have
and they are not
security agencies are supposed to do
but the governor does not control them.
No, what I'm saying, I mean, I didn't know within the...
Did you not see that video where the former governor of Katsina State went to...
Yes, I saw, exactly.
Warren Daji, the one that the mother was standing beside him with his
gun. Yes, I saw that.
Was a very scary sight. A governor literally put his life on the line.
He trended there.
The guy had his gun. And you're going to take it from him.
No, the question you ask, when they see all these photo footages and all that, but these are telltale signs that they indeed exist. They know where they are. So what are we supposed to do as a country, as a nation?
Yes.
Because you have people who are saddled with responsibility of both internal and external security.
So what are we supposed to do? I've suggested a number of times. I said, these guys, let's have, if it's 3 months that we want to use to fight them, let's face them over 3 months.
Clear.
All those contiguous states, we have those states surrounded. They can't escape. Because sometimes when you attack them in Kaduna,
they move over to...
they come into Zamfara.
To let the fire cool.
They can move from Niger through the Briningwari forest, come into Niger. Briningwari is in Kaduna.
Yeah, no, that town.
Through the Briningwari forest, they are already in
Zamfara.
in Zamfara.
Yeah, Zamfara and Katsina, all of them,
Yes,
they're all
they can
linked.
enter. Through Sabua, for example. Sabua local government shares border with Kaduna. They can enter Katsina. So a war against them must ensure that they have no
Continual
those
bombardment.
contiguous states
yeah,
are targeted so that they do not have.
hiding places.
Because
Yeah.
if you fight them in Zamfara,
They will run to
know
them.
you are
When they go
coming,
there,
they will
they
enter.
meet them over there.
And there are big forests that, look, I was looking at local government Katsina where banditry is common, rampant. Basari, the one where they showed me. Jibia, Faskari, Safana, Kankara, Sabua, Dusima, Krufi, Dandume, Damusa.
What is
and
remaining?
Patagara.
What's remaining?
Not less than 12 local governments.
how many?
Rampant banditry.
Out of how many?
In Katsina alone.
All right. Well, ours is just a mold opinion, as I always say. The decision makers will take heed from here. Jide, let's thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Charles, many thanks for coming.
Thank you.
So that's our show. If you missed any part of it, not to worry. On Sunday, we expand the field for you, 1:30 to 3:30. To also add, we are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Citizen Jones Usain. Bye-bye now. Take care.